Have you ever felt like your living room is too small? Or maybe it's hard to make the most of the space you have? You're not alone. The good news is, the solution might be simpler than you think. It's all about how you arrange your sofa. Believe it or not, the way you place your sofa can make a huge difference in how your living room feels. Whether your space is cramped or just in need of a fresh look, a well-thought-out sofa placement can make it appear bigger, more inviting, or even more functional. A simple change in sofa positioning can completely transform the vibe of your room. Whether you want to create more space, improve the flow, or make your living area cozier, sofa placement is key. So, today we're going to dive into 45 clever ideas to help you double your living room space, without needing to knock down any walls. Understanding the basics of sofa placement. Define sofa placement. Sofa placement is more than just where you put your couch. It has a significant impact on how a room feels, functions, and flows. Where you choose to place your sofa affects the movement in the room, the balance between furniture, and the way people interact in the space. When you place your sofa strategically, you're not only thinking about comfort but also about how easy it is to navigate the room. If the sofa is placed in a way that blocks doorways or pathways, it can make the space feel more cramped or less accessible. The key is to create a layout that allows for natural movement, while also making the room feel open and welcoming. Example: imagine a living room where the sofa is positioned right in front of the door. Every time you enter the room, you have to maneuver around it. Now, picture the same space with the sofa placed against one wall. It opens up the room and makes it much easier to move around. Consider the room shape. Different room shapes require different sofa placements to make the most of the space. The layout that works in one room might not work in another. Understanding the shape of your room is one of the first things to consider when placing your sofa. Square rooms. In square rooms, placing the sofa in the center can work really well. It allows you to create a balanced, symmetrical arrangement, and it encourages social interaction since everyone can easily face each other. A square room often benefits from a sofa placed in the center with other furniture arranged around it. Long rooms, narrow or rectangular. In a long room, it's best to place the sofa against the longest wall. This helps the space feel more balanced and opens up the middle of the room. When the sofa is placed along the longest wall, it leaves more room for pathways and other pieces of furniture, such as side tables, chairs, or a coffee table. Tip: for a narrow room, placing the sofa against the longest wall can make the room feel more spacious and less crowded. Alternatively, you can use a sectional to break up the space, allowing for better seating arrangements and more room to move around. Clear pathways. Another important thing to consider is clear pathways. You want to make sure there's enough room for people to move around comfortably. Don't place the sofa too close to doors or entryways. You want to be able to walk freely without bumping into furniture. Think of it like this: if you've ever been in a room where you can barely move because the furniture is too close together, you know how uncomfortable that can feel. Keep enough space around your sofa for easy navigation and to make the room feel less crowded. Sofa placement tips for small spaces. Go for angled placements. Small spaces can be tricky when it comes to furniture placement, but one clever trick is placing your sofa at an angle. By positioning your sofa diagonally, you open up more space in the middle of the room, creating a sense of flow and making the room feel less cramped. Instead of placing your sofa directly against the wall or along one edge of the room, angle it slightly. This creates more open areas and can make the room feel larger by creating diagonal lines that draw the eye and add depth to the space. Example: imagine a small living room where the sofa is placed at a slight angle. It helps break up the rigid lines of the room, making the space feel less boxed in. The angle allows for more walking space and can even make the room feel more dynamic. Tip: be mindful of the furniture around the sofa when angling it. Ensure that the arrangement flows naturally so people can still move comfortably around the room without feeling cramped. The sofa at an angle should work harmoniously with the rest of the layout. Use multifunctional furniture. Another key to maximizing small spaces is to choose multifunctional furniture. In smaller rooms, every inch of space counts, So why not choose a sofa that can do more than just sit there? For example, consider a sofa with hidden storage. This way, you can store blankets, books, or other items out of sight and free up space elsewhere. Another option is a sofa that doubles as a bed. If you're in a small apartment or studio, this can be a game changer, especially when you have guests over. Mention other multifunctional furniture. Don't stop at just the sofa. There are other pieces of multifunctional furniture you can incorporate. Ottomans with storage or chairs that fold out into beds are great options. These pieces help reduce clutter while giving your space the versatility you need. Maximize corners. When you're working with a small room, corner sofas are your friend. Placing a sectional or a sofa that wraps around the corner makes the most out of every inch of space. It allows you to use corners that are often wasted and turns them into cozy, functional seating areas. Tip: a sectional sofa that wraps around the corner can help define the space and create a natural flow. Plus, it's perfect for when you want a comfortable space for lounging with family or friends without taking up too much floor space. In small rooms, every little change counts, and these tips help you make the most of your space without sacrificing style or comfort. Create a focal point. Focus on the TV or fireplace. When it comes to sofa placement, creating a focal point in the room is crucial for a harmonious and balanced design. The focal point is the main feature or area that you want people to naturally gravitate toward when they enter the room. For many living rooms, this might be the TV, a fireplace, or a large window with a beautiful view. The key to creating a cozy and inviting space is ensuring that your sofa faces or is oriented around this focal point. Placing your sofa directly in front of the TV or facing the fireplace encourages a natural flow of conversation and activity. This also allows the sofa to act as the centerpiece of the room, drawing attention to the area where people gather the most. Example: imagine walking into a living room where the sofa is positioned directly across from the fireplace. The soft glow from the fire immediately creates a warm, inviting atmosphere, making the sofa the perfect place to relax. Similarly, placing the sofa in front of the TV makes it the go-to spot for movie nights or casual lounging. Tip: when deciding on your focal point, make sure it's something that everyone can enjoy. For example, if you love reading, a bookshelf or a large window with natural light might serve as your focal point, and you'd position the sofa to get the best view. Avoid furniture clusters. A common mistake people make when arranging their sofas is crowding all their furniture around it. While it may seem like a good idea to fill every corner, too much furniture clustered together can make a space feel cramped and disorganized. Instead, leave some breathing room around your sofa and other pieces of furniture. This creates clear pathways and helps the space feel open. Think about allowing enough room to walk comfortably between the sofa and other furniture, such as side tables, chairs, or lamps. The more space you leave, the more inviting the room will feel. Balance the room. Another important principle in creating a harmonious living room is balance. You don't want one part of the room to feel too heavy or out of proportion compared to the rest. Balance the placement of your sofa with other furniture like coffee tables, side chairs, or lamps to create a sense of harmony. Example: for instance, if your sofa is large, balance it out with a smaller coffee table or 2 side chairs on the opposite side. This will prevent the sofa from overwhelming the space and make the room feel more even and comfortable. The goal is to create a visual flow, so no one piece feels out of place. By keeping these principles in mind, you can design a living room that feels well organized, balanced, and centered around a focal point, whether that's your TV, fireplace, or another feature in the room. Clever sofa placement for open-plan spaces. Use rugs to define spaces. Open-plan spaces are great for creating a sense of flow and connection between different areas of your home, but sometimes it can be tricky to define where one space ends and another begins. One of the best ways to create clear zones in an open-plan room is by using rugs. Rugs not only add warmth and style to a room, but they can also help define the seating area around your sofa, giving it a sense of structure. Placing a large rug under the sofa creates a designated living area, while a smaller rug can separate the dining or kitchen space. The visual boundary created by rugs helps to make the room feel more organized and allows each area to have its own purpose. Tip: if your open-plan space is particularly large, you may want to use multiple rugs to define smaller sections, like one for the seating area around the sofa and another for the dining or office space. Example: imagine a large living room that flows into the dining area. By placing a cozy rug under the sofa, you visually separate the living room from the dining space, while still keeping the overall open feel of the room. Zoning the room. When your living area connects with the dining or kitchen area, the goal is to create a sense of separation while still keeping the space open. One way to do this is by positioning your sofa to subtly divide the room, ensuring each area feels defined without cutting off the flow. Tip: to make this separation even more effective, you can use items like bookshelves, side tables, or even a sofa with a back to act as a natural divider. For example, placing your sofa facing away from the dining table creates a soft boundary, which helps define the living room space while still allowing the entire area to feel connected. Final thought: creating a focal point in the room helps guide the layout of the space, and strategic sofa placement is key in achieving that. Whether you prefer the structure of symmetrical arrangements or the relaxed vibe of asymmetry, it's important to ensure that the sofa is the center of attention and the rest of the room balances around it. Avoid clustering your furniture too closely, use other furniture to balance the space, and most importantly, create a layout that suits your style and the room's function. Creative ideas for sofa placement. Floating sofa. One of the most creative sofa placement ideas is to place your sofa in the middle of the room, creating a floating look. This approach works best when you have a spacious room and want to make the space feel more open and grand. Why it works? By not pushing the sofa against the walls, you allow more open floor space, which helps the room feel larger. It also adds a sense of drama and sophistication to the design. The space around the sofa is just as important as the sofa itself, and giving it some breathing room makes the entire room feel more airy and expansive. Example: imagine a large living room with a sofa floating in the middle, surrounded by clear pathways and other furniture. The space feels balanced and visually interesting, as opposed to feeling too boxed in or cramped. Against the window. Placing your sofa near or even under a window is another clever way to enhance the feeling of space. The natural light that floods in from the window can instantly make a room feel brighter and more open. Not only does it open up the view, but it also helps maximize the light coming into the room. By adding light, airy curtains or even sheer blinds, you can let in more sunlight, making the room feel bigger and more inviting. Example: in a room with a large window, placing the sofa directly underneath or to the side of it lets you enjoy the view while also creating a cozy spot for relaxation. It brings a fresh vibe to the room while helping it feel less closed off. Sofa as a divider. In larger rooms, your sofa can do more than just provide seating. It can act as a divider to help create distinct areas within the same space. This is perfect for those who want to separate the living area from the dining or other sections without using bulky walls. Example: try placing your sofa facing away from the dining table. This creates a subtle boundary between the two areas, so each section feels defined, yet the flow between the spaces remains intact. It's a great way to maintain openness while still providing structure and function to a large room. Tip: you can also use sectional sofas to achieve this effect, where the back of the sofa naturally divides the room into different zones, like a lounge area and a dining area, without the need for extra furniture or physical barriers. Final thought: these creative ideas for sofa placement give you the flexibility to personalize your space in unique ways. Whether you want to create a floating look, enjoy a view, or divide a large room into functional zones, thoughtful sofa placement can make your living area feel stylish, spacious, and functional. Sofa placement for different room types. Living room with multiple entry points. When you have a living room with multiple doors or entryways, you need to think strategically about sofa placement to avoid disrupting the natural flow of the space. Multiple entry points can cause traffic to move in different directions, so positioning your sofa carefully helps keep things organized and functional. Tip: One great idea is to angle your sofa slightly, rather than placing it directly against the wall. This way, you avoid blocking any doorways or creating awkward pathways. Also, try placing the sofa facing the most used entry point. This creates a welcoming atmosphere for anyone walking into the room, and it naturally draws people in to gather around the central seating area. Example: imagine a living room with 3 doors. By angling your sofa toward the center and facing the door that gets the most use, you make the space feel more open and encourage easy movement throughout the room. Family room. A family room is all about comfort and creating a space where everyone can relax together. Since family rooms are often meant for multiple people, it's important to have enough seating for everyone while maintaining a comfortable flow. A sectional sofa is a perfect solution for family rooms. By placing it in the center of the room, you can create a layout where everyone faces each other, making it easier for people to interact, watch TV, or just hang out. Tip: for extra comfort, consider adding a recliner or a chaise lounge. These pieces offer a more relaxed seating option, perfect for those who want to stretch out or lean back after a long day. And placing them strategically within the sectional arrangement helps everyone feel included and comfortable. Example: in a spacious family room, a large sectional sofa facing inward with chairs or a recliner nearby can create a cozy, social atmosphere where everyone can talk, watch TV, or play games together. Small apartments or studios. In studio apartments or small living spaces, every piece of furniture counts. Since there's often little room to work with, using your sofa creatively can help define different areas, like your living area and sleeping area, while still keeping everything connected and functional. A sectional sofa works really well in these situations. It can act as a natural divider between the living room and bedroom spaces, making the room feel organized without needing walls. Tip: if you don't have much floor space, try placing your sofa against the wall. This is a classic solution that opens up the middle of the room and maximizes available space. It also gives the room a neat, structured look while still offering plenty of seating. Example: in a studio apartment, positioning a sectional sofa along one wall separates the living space from the sleeping area without feeling cramped. You still have a comfortable lounge area, but the open layout allows the whole room to flow seamlessly. Final thought: by tailoring your sofa placement to fit the unique needs of your living room, family room, or small apartment, you can make the most of every inch. Whether you're creating a social space for the whole family, making the most of limited space, or ensuring that people can move freely through the room, smart sofa placement can make a big difference. Additional tips to make your sofa arrangement work. Consider color and material. When choosing a sofa for your space, the color and material can have a big impact on how the room feels. Light-colored sofas, like beige, light gray, or pastels, can make a space feel brighter and more open. These tones help reflect light, making the room appear larger and more airy. On the other hand, dark-colored sofas, such as deep blues, grays, or rich browns, create a cozier and more intimate vibe. If you're going for a snug, comfortable living room atmosphere, dark tones are a great choice. Tip: when it comes to material, think about comfort and style. Leather sofas give a sleek, modern look and are easy to clean, while fabric sofas offer softness and come in many different textures. Choose what fits best with your lifestyle and the overall look you're going for. Use mirrors. Another simple yet effective way to make your sofa arrangement work is by using mirrors. A mirror placed on the wall behind your sofa can reflect light, which helps open up the room and make it feel more spacious. Example: if your room doesn't get much natural light, a mirror can bounce around the available light, brightening up the space. It also adds depth and makes the area feel less enclosed. Tip: try placing a large mirror above your sofa or on the opposite wall to reflect the entire room. This simple trick can make a significant difference in how the space feels, especially in smaller rooms. Add plants for a fresh look. Plants can be a game changer when it comes to sofa placement. Not only do they add a touch of nature, but they can also make your room feel more inviting and vibrant. Example: consider placing a tall plant next to your sofa or a small potted plant on the coffee table. The greenery softens the room and brings a bit of life and color to the space. Plus, plants can improve air quality, making your room feel fresh and lively. Tip: if you don't have a green thumb, opt for low-maintenance plants like succulents or snake plants. These require little care but still bring a beautiful touch of nature to your living area. Final thought: by considering color, material, mirrors, and plants, you can elevate your sofa arrangement and make the entire room feel more welcoming, spacious, and stylish. These little touches can have a big impact, so get creative and enjoy transforming your space. Sofa placement mistakes to avoid. Blocking natural light. One of the biggest mistakes people make when placing their sofa is blocking natural light. Natural light is one of the easiest ways to make any room feel bigger and more open. So, when you position your sofa, try to keep it away from windows or places where it can block the sunlight. Example: if you place your sofa in front of a large window, you might miss out on all the natural light pouring into the room. Instead, position your sofa so that it doesn't block the light and allows the room to feel brighter and more airy. Tip: if you really need to put your sofa near the window, consider using light curtains or sheer blinds to still let in some light while maintaining privacy. Overcrowding the room. Another common mistake is overcrowding the room with too many pieces of furniture. While it may seem like more seating and decor is better, too much furniture can make a room feel cramped and cluttered. Tip: focus on having only the essentials. A sofa, a coffee table, and a few side chairs or shelves are usually all you need. This creates space for movement and allows the room to breathe, which helps it feel more open and comfortable. Example: if you try to squeeze too many chairs or tables around your sofa, it could make the space feel boxed in. Instead, leave enough room for people to move freely between furniture pieces, which will make the room feel more spacious. Ignoring scale. One mistake that's easy to overlook is choosing a sofa that doesn't fit the scale of the room. If your sofa is too big for the room, it can make the space feel smaller and more cramped. On the other hand, if it's too small, the room can feel unbalanced. Tip: always choose a sofa that suits the size of your room. For smaller rooms, go for a more compact sofa or a love seat. In larger rooms, a sectional or a larger sofa works better, as it fills the space and keeps the room from feeling empty. Example: imagine a tiny living room with a large, bulky sofa taking up most of the space. It will make the room feel even smaller. Conversely, a small sofa in a spacious room may look lost and uninviting. Finding the right balance and size is key. Final thought: by avoiding these common sofa placement mistakes, you can create a living room that feels spacious, inviting, and well-balanced. Be mindful of light, scale, and the number of furniture pieces in the room, and you'll be well on your way to a beautiful, functional space. Sofa placement for maximum comfort. Optimizing sofa for relaxation. When you're designing a space for relaxation, one of the most important things to consider is how close your sofa is to the TV or main entertainment area. The last thing you want is to be too far away from the screen or have to strain your neck to watch your favorite shows. Tip: make sure your sofa is placed at a comfortable distance from the TV or entertainment setup, so you can relax without feeling cramped or straining to see. Also, consider the layout in a way that makes it easy to access things like drinks, snacks, and blankets. For the ultimate comfort, everything you need should be within arm's reach. Example: imagine curling up on your sofa for a movie night. If your sofa is too far from the TV, you may end up straining your neck or having to adjust your position constantly. But by positioning the sofa at just the right distance, you can sink in and enjoy the movie in complete relaxation. Positioning for socializing. When it comes to entertaining guests, your sofa should be positioned to promote easy conversation. If you want people to be able to talk and interact comfortably, think about placing the sofa in a way that encourages socializing. Tip: a U-shaped or L-shaped sofa arrangement works perfectly for conversations, as it allows everyone to face each other and engage easily. This setup fosters a warm, social atmosphere where everyone feels included. Example: picture a gathering of friends in your living room. If your sofa is positioned to face the room in an open L shape, everyone can comfortably chat without feeling isolated or having to turn awkwardly. The setup allows for a natural flow of conversation, making the space feel inviting. Increasing seating without crowding. Sometimes you need extra seating for guests, but you don't want to overcrowd the room. Adding a few side chairs or stools around your sofa is a great way to increase seating without crowding the space. Tip: side chairs or stools don't take up as much space as additional sofas, but they can still provide comfortable spots for your guests to sit. Just make sure they're arranged in a way that doesn't block pathways or make the room feel cramped. Example: in a smaller living room, adding 2 or 3 stylish side chairs around your sofa can increase the seating without taking away from the flow of the space. Plus, these extra seats can be moved around as needed, giving your room flexibility depending on how many people you're entertaining. Final thought: by optimizing your sofa for both relaxation and socializing, you can create a living room that's not just comfortable but functional as well. Whether it's placing the sofa in a perfect spot for TV time or designing an inviting space for guests, thoughtful sofa placement makes all the difference in how comfortable and welcoming your room feels. Seasonal sofa placement adjustments. Winter cozy vibes. As the weather gets colder, your living room should feel like a warm and inviting retreat. One of the easiest ways to make your space extra cozy during winter is to place your sofa closer to the fireplace or a heater. This helps you enjoy the warmth and makes the space feel snug and relaxing. Tip: to enhance the cozy vibe, add soft throws, fluffy cushions, and even candles around your sofa. These little touches can make your living room feel more inviting and create that perfect winter ambience. Soft fabrics, warm lighting, and a welcoming layout will make it the ideal place to unwind on chilly nights. Example: imagine settling in for a winter evening with your sofa placed near the fireplace. You're wrapped in a blanket, the fire is crackling, and the room is filled with warmth. It's the perfect setup for feeling cozy and relaxed, no matter how cold it gets outside. Summer freshness. In the warmer months, your living room should feel bright, airy, and refreshing. One way to achieve this is by moving your sofa closer to windows to take full advantage of the natural light and the fresh breeze that comes with summer. Tip: during summer, swap out heavier fabrics like velvet or wool with lighter materials such as linen or cotton. This helps the space feel cooler and more breathable. You can also bring in bright, cheerful colors to match the season and give the room a fresh, lively atmosphere. Example: imagine a sunny day with the sofa positioned by an open window, letting in the breeze and sunlight. The light, breathable fabrics make it easy to relax and enjoy the fresh air. The entire space feels airy and calm, perfect for a summer afternoon. Final thought: seasonal sofa placement adjustments are a great way to keep your living room comfortable and welcoming all year long. By adapting the layout to suit the weather and swapping out fabrics, you can easily create a space that's cozy in the winter and refreshing in the summer. Today, we've explored how a little creativity in sofa placement can completely transform the feel of your living room. Whether you're looking to make a small space feel bigger, create a cozy atmosphere, or improve your room's flow, the right sofa placement can do wonders. By using smart techniques like angling your sofa, maximizing corners, and considering room layout, you can instantly double the space and make your living room look more functional and inviting. Now that you have 45 sofa placement ideas to choose from, why not give them a try in your own home? See for yourself how the right placement can totally change the vibe of your living space and make it work better for your needs. Remember, with a little creativity and thoughtful arrangement, you can make even the smallest space feel larger, more comfortable, and cozy. So don't be afraid to experiment and find what works best for you. Thank you so much for listening and joining me on this journey of discovering the endless possibilities of sofa placement. Now it's your turn to experiment. Try out a few of these ideas in your own home and see how they change the way your living room feels. I'd love to hear about your experience, share your results, and let me know what worked best for you. Remember, no room is too small or too complicated for a great sofa arrangement. It's all about being thoughtful with your space, staying open to new ideas, and having fun with the process. Happy rearranging, and enjoy making your living room a place you truly love.